Please be seated. Welcome, everyone. I would now like to invite Anna Yadgiga and Aslan Ali from the London Alevi Cultural Center and Chemevi.
Bismillah Allah. Delilimiz yansın yakılsın, hak aşkına, Şah Merdan aşkına, Cllr aşkına. Delilimiz yansın yakılsın, Fatma Ana, Zeynep Ana nezdinde Kerbela'dan bu yana dini, dili, ırkı, mezhebi, cinsiyeti nedeniyle katledilen tüm analarımızın ve kadınlarımızın aşkına. Delilimiz yansın yakılsın, zulümlerde, savaşlarda, sürgünlerde masum katledilen tüm masum canlarımızın aşkına. Delilimiz yansın yakılsın, kısa bir zaman önce ülkemizde yaşanan depremde hakka geçen tüm canlarımızın aşkına. Delilimiz yansın yakılsın, Sivas şehitlerinin aşkına. Bu delil yolumuza ışık olsun. Bozatlı Cllr cümlenizi korusun, kollasın. Ya hak, sunacan, geldiğin yolda, durduğun dalda, yapacağın hizmette hoşnut olasın. Hizmetin kabul, meydanın açık, gönlün pak olsun. Bozatlı Cllr yar ve yoldaşın olsun. Hak erenler seni doğruluktan, doğru yoldan ayırmasın. Adaletin, Şah Merdan Ali'nin, Kerbela Serdarı İmam Hüseyin'in adaleti olsun. Hüseyin'in duruşu yolunun ışığı olsun. Haksızı görüp gözetmeyesin, doğru yoldan olasın. Ceddim düzgün baba her daim yol göstericin, kılavuzun olsun. Dil bizden, himet Şah Merdan'dan, Bozatlı Cllr'dan, nefes ceddim düzgün baba 12 pir ocaklarından olsun. Nur-i Nebi, Kerem Ali, Gülben Künkar Hacı Bektaş Veli, gerçeğin demine hü.
And by means of an explanation, of course, I think with every religion and every culture, a direct translation of a prayer is difficult, but there is a particular meaning behind what was spoken today. For Alevis, an important part of our belief are gatherings, or as we call them, gems. And in these gatherings, people take on responsibilities, whether it's bringing food to the gathering, whether it's ensuring that the place is tidy, whether it's ensuring that the place is set up. Somebody is in charge of being a musician there. There are people who dance. And the prayer today was in some way hinting at how for us, taking on responsibilities is an important part of being within any community. And that is, I guess, what is happening today with the mayor. And so for us, what's important is that within such a community, that equality among ages, among sexes, among genders, among races is ensured. For us, it's important that in our responsibilities, we are kind to those that cannot care for themselves, to those that may not understand, to all forms of life on this planet as we live within it. And that's an important part of what it makes to be an Alevi. And those were the words that were spoken today.
Thank you very much. Before we start the meeting, can I ask you to speak into the microphone? I call for the nomination for the office of mayor for the coming year.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Councillor Suna Hurman.
Thank you. And
Madam Mayor, may I deliver my remarks now, or do I wait for it to be seconded?
yes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Can I just take this opportunity to thank you for your service over the past year, what I know has been an eventful year for you. I'd like to nominate Councillor Suna Hurman as the Mayor for the forthcoming year. Councillor Hurman has fulfilled her duties as Deputy Mayor this year with enthusiasm, diligently, gaining valuable experience when she has already chaired a council meeting in recent times. I have no doubt that Councillor Hurman will represent our borough with both the gravitas that the role requires, but also with warmth and kindness that her personality radiates. I know that members won't mind me saying that, as we've got to know her well over the past few years. She has always been close to the communities that are represented in our borough, and I look forward to watching her work in the forthcoming year. I'm always struck by the number of people that know Suna when we attend events together, and I know that she genuinely loves to meet people. I wish her well, Madam Mayor, for the year ahead, and I'm very pleased to nominate her as our Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that seconded?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to second the nomination of the Leader of the Council for the current Deputy Mayor to become the Worshipful Mayor, that being Councillor Suna Hurman. Look, it's a solemn duty being, as you know, Madam Mayor, being Mayor of this borough, being first citizen of this borough, and having to command the respect of all councillors, as well as when you meet residents, getting their respect as well, which being politicians as we are isn't always easy. I would have one particular critique of Councillor Hurman. She finally managed to get out and made the silly decision of coming back, which of course we're grateful for. But with the rough and tumble of this place, I believe she'll have a much better ride in many respects sitting in your chair, Madam Mayor. I believe that Councillor Hurman has been an absolutely brilliant ambassador for this borough, both in other boroughs as Deputy Mayor, but also in communicating with citizens in ways that councillors cannot, not just within their own wards, but also in others. I know from personal experience that Councillor Hurman is a committed wife, a mother, and I think you can tell a lot from a person about how they not only treat their loved ones, but also members of the community. I will make 2 points, and this isn't a caveat to my seconding or our support, for we do support you and we wish you all the luck in the world. There have been difficulties in the past regarding particular decisions on Meridian, the Shire's estate decision, and also a personal matter which was resolved swiftly regarding a particular letter. But I would say, Madam Mayor, I would say that Councillor Hurman, aside from you of course, chaired one of the best meetings that we had, and given how rowdy we can get, I have complete faith that she will be a fair, independent and judgment-free mayor, for which I completely support. And I congratulate you, Councillor Hurman, Madam Deputy Mayor, and also congratulate your consorts today.
Thank you. Are there any other members who wish to speak on this item? Okay, if not, we will go to the votes. All those in favor, please show your hands. Those against? Abstentions? I'm pleased to confirm that Councillor Suna Hurman has been duly elected to the role of worshipful the Mayor of London. Her worshipful, the Mayor of the London Borough of Enfield. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sen merhamet eyle, lebli olayım yar. Yüreğimi ceviz gibi çürüttün. Senin aşkın büktür, lebli balın yar. Çektirme cefalar, yandın anara. Çektirme cefalar, yandım anara. Yitirdim aklımı, oldum divana. Köşeyi vahdete koyma avara. Senin aşkın büktür, lebli balın yar. Sıkı yakma ömrüm, kulluk haline. Artığı yakma ölüm kulu kalile Hazine olunmaz hurafayla Yırtık gömleğine eski şaliyle Daha böyle nasıl olur halım yar Daha böyle nasıl olur halım yar
İşmiş ya. Semahlar saf ola, kusurlar af ola. Döndüğünüz çarkı pervazlar hak için ola, seyir için olmaya. Semanız kırklar semaha ola. O zatlı Hızır yol göstericiniz ola. Dil bizden, himmet Hızır'dan olsun. Nur-i Nebi, Kerem Ali, Gülben Künkar Hacı Bektaş Veli. Gerçeğin demine yü. Aşk ile. Şu delilde sırlarım ki sana şey olmasın değil mi? Bişmişallah Allah. Batın oldu çeranur Ahmet, zahir oldu şemsi may Muhammed. Delilimiz sür olsun, nur olsun. Gönüllere Hızır olsun, Hızır cümlenizin yar ve yoldaşı olsun. Suna canımızın da yolunu açık etsin, her daim yol göstericisi olsun. Gerçeği hü, ya hak.
You may be seated. Thank you. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, exciting moment. Deputy Lieutenant, honoured and distinguished guests, friends, colleagues and fellow councillors, I would like to welcome you and thank you for showing interest and support by being here today. I am proud and honoured to stand here as elected Mayor of Enfield, this great, vibrant and diverse borough of ours. My fellow councillors bestow great privilege and responsibility upon me, and I express my sincere appreciation to you all for placing your trust in me. I take this responsibility and trust you have shown in me very seriously. I commit to serving the people of the Borough of Enfield to the best of my ability, enthusiasm, compassion and devotion to our community. Thank you all, individually and collectively, for enabling me to take the mayoral office for a year. To begin, I would like to thank my entire family, and friends and family members for their tireless support and understanding over the recent months in my political role as I prepared to become a councillor. And special thanks goes to my beloved husband, Savash, who undertakes the role of looking after the family, including our little naughty 4-year-old, whilst I'm attending evening meetings and ward work as a councillor. A fresh, warm meal when I get home is always appreciated. He is a great chef. And I thank him wholeheartedly for his love, devotion, and always supporting me throughout my working life. I give thanks to Terry Osborne, Director of Love, Governance, and Officers of Democratic Services, Mayor's Office for their invaluable help and support during the run-up to tonight's ceremony. This is all about me now. I was born in Turkey and I came over to England in 1991 with my family as refugees. Not speaking a word of English, I struggled in my schooling, but I was determined to succeed and work hard to achieve my goals. I studied leisure and tourism, and I also completed business management course. I'm married at 17 and started working as a cashier in Iceland, progressing to the manager there. I then progressed to working as a cashier in Barclays, again gaining promotion to management. I am proud of my achievements from humble beginning, unfortunately, but I hope this will encourage all women to strive to achieve to success, whether you are a mother, wife, or a daughter. Do not let anything stand in your way. I came to this country when I was 13, not able to speak English, but I preserved, and now I am a mother of 3, and I have attained management status in my previous jobs, and now I am proud to stand here before you as a Mayor of Enfield. I vow to serve the London Borough of Enfield as its Mayor to the best of my ability, and promise to support and encourage all the agencies and volunteer sector unit that works tirelessly to provide excellent services to those who need it most. I'm hoping to work closely with the community in the borough. I'm hoping to gain as much support as possible during my mayoral year through charity, by working closely with as many volunteer sector groups, and to include as many hard-to-reach communities as possible. A little bit long, nearly there. My children were born and brought up in Enfield, and I'm so proud to be a resident of Enfield Borough, where our community as a whole is one plentiful culture and diversity, and this should be celebrated and encouraged each and every family to feel welcome and part of something very special. I understand that families struggle with everyday life, living with disabilities, illness and economic hardship. And my chosen charities will hopefully raise awareness and help in some way. Having lost my dear friend Hatice to cancer, I feel I must do I can. My memorial year to this cause, I also wish to raise awareness of autism within our community, where it affects one in every 100 people. I will again do as much as I can to raise, a bit emotional, awareness and understanding for those affected and others to recognise the sport. Thank you again for your valued support, and please enjoy evening ahead.
Well said.
I would now like to invite Councillor Jiagge to say a few words. Sorry, Dan.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Congratulations. I have enjoyed my last year as mayor, and I've met some truly wonderful and inspiring people. Enfield is full of diversity and strong, hardworking, caring people, and especially during these times of economic hardships, many have shown true acts of selflessness. I am very proud to be a resident of this borough. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Councillor Suna Hurman for her support and would like to wish her all the very best in her role as mayor. I would also like to thank my consuls and my family for all their support this year. Thank you to Cllr and to the chauffeurs, Paul and Parish, who do an amazing job in supporting the mayor's office. I wouldn't know what to do if not because of these three officers. Thank you for your hard work and guidance. Thanks to Terry Osborne, Claire Johnson, and the governance team, who are always so supportive and helpful. I would like to mention Mustafa Beck-Ak, who was the young mayor, and wish him well in his future endeavors. Lastly, I would like to thank all of you that have supported me and my charity this year. I will be sad to finish my mayoral year, but will look forward to taking on my responsibilities as a councillor, serving my ward as best as I can. Thank you, everyone.
We now move on to item 4, election of Deputy Mayor. I call for nominations for the office of Deputy Mayor for the coming year.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and welcome to your new role.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I'm delighted to nominate Councillor Mohammad Islam as our Deputy Mayor for the year ahead. I've known Councillor Mohammad Islam for a long time, over many years, as has the Labour group here in Enfield. And I've got to see for myself the pride that he has for our borough, that he has made his home, the communities that live here, and his real commitment to making a positive difference. Councillor Islam, you are inquisitive and humble, and I very much look forward to seeing your year ahead as Deputy Mayor. Delighted to nominate him, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Is that seconded?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to, on behalf of the Conservative group and the opposition, second the nomination for Deputy Mayor for Councillor Islam. If I may take this chance quickly to say 2 points I've noted in your speech. One, you've got a petulant 4-year-old. Well, now you've got 63 petulant councillors. And secondly, your discussion about women. As you know, I cannot let a meeting go without quoting Baroness Thatcher, which is, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman.
True.
And so, with regard to Councillor Jiagge, we'd like to thank her for her service and her year as mayor. She's been absolutely brilliant, and what we saw most importantly at the mayoral gala is she's quite the cheeky little dancer, which is high praise coming from me as someone that can't dance, so congratulations. Now to Councillor Islam, who will soon be our deputy mayor, I'm sure. He is a gentleman. He is an absolute gentleman, and although I haven't known him and Alcine haven't known him as long as Councillor Kalishkan has, I can say he's been absolutely fantastic to know, fantastic to work with on committees, and I believe he is a good man. Now, I'm going to let everyone know a little secret about our group discussion when we asked, you know, will we support Councillor Islam to be the Deputy Mayor? What were the words that we used? He's kind, respectful and friendly, and those will all be huge assets and talents that you'll need in your new role, and we wish you all the luck and success in the world. So I second the nomination.
Thank you. Councillor Mohammad Islam has been nominated. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
I don't think we need to vote on that then. I am pleased to confirm that Councillor Mohammad Islam has been duly elected the role of the Deputy Mayor.
No, if you just hold the pen there, you can just smile. Thank you. Look at me. Thank you.
Congratulations. We now move to item 5, appointment of concerts. It gives me great pleasure to announce that Savaş Hurman and Cllr Hurman will be my consorts. Can we please make sure your phones are turned off or gone to silent, please? I would like to ask Deputy Mayor to announce his consort.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to ask, I'm pleased to announce that my wife, Roxana Afroz, will be my consort for the next municipal year. Thank you very much.
I now move to item 6, and I would like to welcome Darren Paul Young, Mayor, and Cllr Pınar, Young Deputy Mayor. Congratulations. Congratulations on your appointment by the Enfield Youth Council, and I hope you enjoy your year and gain some valuable experience from it. Bit of an exercise for me. We now move on to item 7. Our thanks to our past mayor and the consort for their work during the mayoral year. On behalf of the council, I would like to present you with your badges. Councillor Doris Jiagge, please come forward with your consorts to receive your past mayor and past consort badges. Any more standing? We couldn't hold this meeting without paying tribute to the coronation of King Charles III. What an amazing spectacle to beat in tradition and protocol we are able to witness, and I hope you enjoyed a lovely weekend celebrating the coronation in some way. You have all been given a copy of coronation brochure with the speeches made at council tonight that you can keep marking the historic event. May I ask the Deputy Lieutenant to start a tribute, please?
Madam Mayor, thank you very much indeed. On May the 6th, 2023, His Majesty King Charles III became the oldest British king to be crowned. However, that has meant he's been well prepared for the role of sovereign, having been heir to the throne for some 70 years. And over those last 7 decades, our world has changed significantly, with scientific and technological advances and, of course, changes in culture. We've learnt much about our new monarch in those years. His childhood was different. He was the first heir apparent to attend school and later university, and he served in both the Royal Navy and also the Royal Air Force. As Prince of Wales, he set up many charitable initiatives benefiting thousands of lives, focused on the needs of young people, education, and the arts, as well as such matters as sustainability and the environment, and indeed well known for championing the importance of protecting the planet. His Majesty stated that climate change has become the great threat of our times. King Charles talks of how much he has learnt from the people he has met. The diversity of the Commonwealth inspires him, and he sees its great potential as a force for good, urging its peoples to unite and be bold. A man of deep faith, he has also reflected that British society has now evolved into one of many cultures and many faiths, but with shared values, and that diversity makes us stronger. His Majesty brings a change of style. He has vowed to carry on his mother's lifelong service, albeit with his own modernising stamp. And he has clearly demonstrated this in the arrangements for the coronation by the fact that over 800 community champions were invited to be in the congregation, and that the days following had a community bias towards sharing, volunteering, caring for one another. We are reminded again of the value of service to others, of the steadfast service of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, by His Majesty King Charles's pledge to continue that lifelong service. From fighting for the environment and the well-being of people here and across the Commonwealth, King Charles promises to lead as his mother did, saying, "Wherever you may live in the United Kingdom or in the realms and territories across the world, and whatever may be your background or beliefs, I shall endeavour to serve you with loyalty, respect and love as I have throughout my life." And so with that reassurance of constancy, concern for the environment and the well-being of people, of serving and valuing service to the community, whether we be public servants or simply good neighbours, we should take inspiration and hope and all play our part in the new Carolean era. We wish King Charles III all strength, wisdom and grace in his reign. God save the King.
God save the King.
Thank you. The coronation of a new monarch is a unique moment for our country and indeed our borough. We pay tribute to honour the King, Charles III. The coronation will bless his accession to throne where the teachings and faultless practices of his late mother, the Queen Elizabeth II, will continue in her honour. May he be guided, protected and find wisdom as he is officially crowned King Charles III and monarch of the United Kingdom. It has been wonderful to see people come together to celebrate and welcome His Majesty to the throne as we mark his important day in our nation's long history. Wishing the King many years of happiness, health, peace and magnificence. I have the honour to be Your Majesty's most humble and obedient servant. God save the King.
God save the King.
I would like to ask the former Mayor, Councillor Jiagge, to speak as she was the Mayor at the time of the coronation.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On behalf of Enfield Council, its staff and residents, I send our best wishes to our new King of England, Charles III. I pledge unwavering support and allegiance to you and the royal family in the years ahead as His Majesty's loyal subjects, and look forward to the further advancement of this great city with you as our King. Your unswerving devotion and solemn pledge to uphold the constitutional principles, together with the precious traditions, freedoms, and responsibilities of our unique history and our respected system of parliamentary government, lay at the heart of our nation, keeping us ever stronger. I have the honor to be His Majesty's most humble and obedient servant. God save the King.
God save the King.
God save the King.
Can I ask Leader to say 3 words, please?
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor, and I recognise how momentous it is that your mayor making coincides with our opportunity to recognise the coronation of our new King. And it was wonderful to see Enfield come together to celebrate the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla on Saturday. It was truly a historic moment and will be looked back on for generations to come, I'm sure. I hope members will join me in wishing the new king well. And we all hope that he's able to continue the legacy of dedicated public service that his mother, Queen Elizabeth II's reign was marked by. I recognise that for many in this country, the monarch is a voice of reassurance. King Charles will now become the figure that symbolises that reassurance and stability for many in our nation, and actually across the world too. King Charles has spent his lifetime advocating for causes he believes in, with over 50 years of promoting awareness for the environment and sustainability. The King's charities continue to help young people, raising almost £100 million a year. As the Prince of Wales, Charles served as a dedicated patron or president of over 800 charities and organisations, and I'm certain, Madam Mayor, you will take inspiration from that as you begin your charitable work this year. The events that took place over the bank holiday weekend showed the excitement that our communities felt about the coronation. Whether it was volunteering during the big help out, protecting our green spaces with the big dig, or making the occasion alongside our neighbours with coronation street parties, Enfield came together to celebrate the momentous occasion. On a personal note, I particularly enjoyed planting a tree in my ward at Jubilee Park, the best park in the borough. And I look forward to visiting the park and watching that tree grow. For most of us, it was the first time a coronation ceremony had been witnessed. It was important to many that our borough marked the occasion, the historic occasion, by creating more lasting legacy through the planting of oak trees, for instance, as I've said. As the coronation marked a moment of renewal in Britain as we move past the 70 years of the Elizabethan era, our borough celebrated our traditions and took pride in our diversity, modern and multicultural society. And I think Enfield did this in the best possible way. Indeed, it was profound also to see different religious leaders attend the coronation itself to give their blessing. On behalf of the people of Enfield, as the leader of this council, I wish King Charles III and Queen Elizabeth well. Thank you. I apologise, Madam Mayor. I wish King Charles III and Queen Camilla well.
May I invite the leader of the opposition to speak?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Trent Park is the best park in the borough. So, yeah, not Grovelands. Today we come together to celebrate the coronation of His Majesty King Charles III. As one in Enfield, we rejoice on this occasion and congratulate His Majesty's King Charles and Queen Camilla. Despite us living in challenging times, it is welcome that we can come together and celebrate our new sovereign's reign. As we embark on this new Carolean age, we must look forward as a borough and as a nation through these trying moments, with knowledge that we have a royal family, headed by His Majesty, that are above political squabbles or one of the few constants we have as a country. Now, I had the great fortune to visit Buckingham Palace with some of our colleagues here and to meet the then Prince of Wales and now King Charles. And even in Buckingham Palace, as an Enfield boy, I couldn't get away with not talking about the Green Belt. And it was a pleasant discussion. He's an extremely humble man and now our sovereign, and I for one feel extremely privileged to have met him, spoken a bit of Enfield, of which he knows quite well. With regard to the coronation, as someone who is Greek Orthodox, it was a real personal pleasure to see Archbishop Nikitas there, to see, as an Edmonton boy, to see Lord Kamal of Edmonton as part of the coronation, and also as someone that represents a large Jewish community in our borough, to see the Chief Rabbi, Rabbi Mervis, there as also part of the ceremonies, and other faiths recognised as well as discussed by the leader. I would also note that Penny Mordaunt has got triceps of steel. I think we can all agree on that. As a Christian, I also recognise the King's role as defender of the faith and Supreme Governor of the Church of England. We know that His Majesty has inherited his Christian values from his mother, Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, which provides welcome and continued spiritual continuity. I pray, and I'm sure and hope that all Christians pray, that our King and Queen have a long and blessed reign. On behalf of the opposition on Enfield Council, I renew our commitment as loyal subjects of His Majesty, King Charles III. God save the King.
God save the King.
We have few speakers from each group. Can I have the first speaker, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and congratulations on your role as Mayor of Enfield. I know you're a committed councillor and a community champion, and I look forward to working with you. Madam Mayor, I'm proud to speak on this item and proud to welcome this momentous occasion in our history, the coronation of His Majesty King Charles. We've come together to celebrate and witness the beginning of a new chapter in our shared history. Decorations covering our town centres, our high streets, street parties across the borough, and indeed celebrations in our community centres. Enfield came together to celebrate this momentous occasion. I'm especially proud of the fact that we planted king oak trees in Enfield's parks and green spaces to celebrate the coronation. We are fortunate to have an environmentalist leader like King Charles at the helm during these challenging times brought about by the climate emergency. His experience, advocacy and leadership will be invaluable as we navigate the challenges ahead and build a greener future for our borough, our country and indeed across the world. King Charles has dedicated his life to protecting our environment and serving the people of our country, and I have no doubt that he'll continue to do so with the same dedication and passion as our new monarch. Madam Mayor, the coronation was not just about the future, it was also a celebration of our past, our ceremonies and our traditions, such as the ones we witnessed over the weekend. These traditions glue our nation together and we are indeed across the world for them. As we witnessed the coronation of our new monarch, we were reminded of the strength and resilience of our nation, and despite ongoing serious challenges across the country, we continue to emerge stronger and hopefully more united in this new era. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our service personnel, UK forces, volunteers and those who invested their time and efforts throughout the weekend. I'd especially like to thank my resident and friend Tom, who serves our Navy and who was a part of the ceremonies. Thank you once again, Madam Mayor, and may King Charles's reign be long and prosperous and he continue to inspire and lead our nation. Thank you. God save the King.
Councillor Emma.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and may I add my congratulations to you tonight. Firstly, I join with my fellow councillors to say a huge thank you to everyone across the borough of Enfield who came together to celebrate the coronation this weekend. It has been fabulous. The bunting in the streets, the street parties galore, the big lunch, the volunteer days. It's been wonderful. Thanks especially to the community police officers who visited each and every street party. They visited our street party and declared it to be the best. I'm fairly certain they said that to everybody, but it was very, very pleasing to see them. The coronation was quite splendid, and huge congratulations to our resident Emma Rigby, who was there representing Enfield for her work over COVID and her British Empire Medal. We were hugely proud of her. Well done. Last June, I took my brownies to the Tower of London to see the crown jewels, and we learnt all about the fascinating history of these astonishing treasures. It was wonderful to watch them being in use. They're not museum pieces. They play a vital role in our island's history. And it was a huge delight to see our very own Lord Syed Kamel of Edmonton, on behalf of the Muslim faith, present to King Charles the R-Mills, part of the Crown Jewels. That was very special indeed, and as Lord Carmel said himself, it was unthinkable at the last coronation that that could even have happened. How far we have come. Our new king has declared his role in the service of celebrating and supporting all communities and all faiths. In this, as local councillors, we can also recommit to the service for the people of Enfield. King Charles and Queen Camilla are leading the way in all manner of challenges of our time, and not least in the challenges for our natural world with their dedication to good organic farming and the environment. So as we celebrate this changing of the monarch, we recommit ourselves to King, country and Commonwealth. God save the King.
God save the King. Next speaker, please. Thank you.
I'm sure that we can describe the King's coronation as a once-in-a-lifetime event. As lead cabinet member for culture in Enfield, I was very honoured to chair the King's coronation working group. And I'd like to start by thanking all who contributed to a successful coronation celebration in Enfield, including our great officers who've done a great work. Alongside all the bunting in our town centres was a whole host of activities, so I'll try and sum them all up. We had coronation-themed competitions for young people, adults and businesses. I very much look forward to seeing a showcase of creative stories, drawings and seeing the best decorated homes and businesses via our council website and through our comms channels. On the day of the coronation, despite the weather, at Millfield Theatre we saw a staggering 1,200 people really come together and celebrate the coronation. The next day, the big lunch, there was 60 small grants that were given out to residents to have street parties. And if you missed out on the big lunch in Enfield Town, then you really missed out because it was a momentous occasion. We had the ultimate street party there. We had the volunteers who came together with local organisations, who had a community tea, cakes, live music and crafts and activities. We then had the big help out, which we had all the volunteers come together and community groups, which was fantastic, and the Friends of Forty Hall, who done a wonderful job of planting in our ward gardens. And something really special, which has been mentioned, we had 15 English oak trees that were planted to commemorate the coronation throughout our borough. It's a special contribution to our manifesto commitment to plant 1 million trees over the next 4 years. And actually something that's very, very close to my heart, that is actually just a wonderful contribution, is that for every child in Enfield that was born on a coronation day, the parents will be offered a chance to have a tree planted in their memory, which is really momentous for a special birthday. So I'm very happy that that's happening. God save the King.
Councillor Julia Sampson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, for allowing me to speak in support of this item. I was pleased to be a member of the working party that Councillor Jiagge shared, along with my colleague Councillor Ban, and wanted to echo the thanks that have been expressed to the officers who made the events of the last weekend possible. Not just the officers in the Civic Centre here in Silver Street, but the tree planting team, the Courty Hall staff, the staff in libraries who were making crowns, staff who were helping children make pictures in the Dugdale Centre, and of course the many volunteers who made the weekend the success it was. And if anybody was in any doubt as to the enduring strength of constitutional monarchy and its appeal in this borough, they only have to look at the pictures that have been referred to already in the brochure that we have in front of us today. Many crowds at the Millfield Theatre, in the marketplace, at the crown making in libraries, and decorated houses and shops. Madam Mayor, on a personal note, I watched the coronation from start to finish, and I was moved. I was moved by the inclusion of other faiths, and I loved the Ascension Choir. And it was that sense of inclusion and community, not just community with each other, but community with our past, that makes us the nation that we are today, and that you, Madam Mayor, embody in your own life story and journey to this place today. Madam Mayor, in closing, I know that a lot of people worked very hard to make the events of the last weekend the success they were, but I'm sure that they don't want to repeat those events in the near future. So I'll close by saying, not God save the King, but long live the King.
Is there any other speaker on this side? Thank you. Councillor Joanne Laban, please. Have you got a microphone?
Madam Mayor, His Majesty the King said at the start of the coronation that I come not to be served, but to serve. But that was a rededication. His Majesty the King has served the country, the realms, and the Commonwealth all his life. As we heard from the Deputy Lord Lieutenant, he served in the armed forces, both in the Royal Air Force and Royal Navy. When he was asked to become the Honorary Colonel-in-Chief of the Parachute Regiment, he put himself through the training programme, so if he became Colonel-in-Chief, he could do what the soldiers could do. His Majesty started a charity, the Prince's Trust, with his Navy severance pay of just £7,000 in 1976. The charity has now supported more than 1 million young people, showing his commitment to serving young people. We've heard from other speakers about the role of Lord Saeed Kamal, and he's a colleague of ours and we're all very proud of him. But the fact that he included different people of different faiths showed his commitment to serve modern Britain, diversity and inclusion. We heard lots of stories about His Majesty over the weekend, and I was watching, and David Lammy popped up. And I thought, oh no, what's he going to say, as I would do being a Conservative. And he told his story about why he was so supportive of His Majesty the King. And he told the story of the riots in North London that happened in both Tottenham and in Enfield town in 2011. And he said that during that time, David Cameron had phoned him, Ed Miliband had phoned him, Nick Clegg had phoned him. They came down once, but they never came back. He was criticising all the parties. But he got a phone call one day, and it was the Prince of Wales' private secretary. And they said, would you mind speaking to the Prince of Wales? And of course I'll speak to the Prince of Wales. And he said, I'd really like to help out. I want to come and visit. So he did. King Charles, then Prince of Wales, visited over 5 times. When he came, he brought the Prince's Trust and other charities that he's head of to give young people opportunity to turn around their lives. And that shows a commitment to the disadvantaged, commitment to serving other people less fortunate than himself. And I think in His Majesty the King, we have an excellent sovereign, and I wish him well, and long may he reign.
Councillor Andrew Fort, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. On Saturday, I was honoured to go to the coronation of King Charles III at Westminster Abbey. It was a day that will live long in my memory. It was a day full of energy, excitement and joy, and a true moment of history for our great country. The only thing damp was the weather, because the doubters were proved wrong. People came from across the world and were treated to a spectacle that we haven't seen for 70 years. The crowds that lined the streets and the parties across Enfield showed the enduring support for the monarchy. At the heart of the coronation was the theme of service, and this will serve as a beacon of light to communities across the UK. King Charles pledged to carry on the work of Queen Elizabeth II and her legacy of service to our country, having served a lifelong apprenticeship under her. And Monday saw the big help out, with more than 6 million people volunteering in communities across the country, and many from across this chamber joined this effort. Now, let me reassure you that with the Prince of Wales and Prince George coming next, the monarchy is in extremely safe hands. You see, that they joined me at a scout hut on Monday to do some redevelopment and decorating. Prince George is excellent at driving a digger, Princess Charlotte can paint a mean door, and Prince Louis is certainly an expert with a wheelbarrow. You see, this royal family are a family that are not scared to get their hands dirty. They want to take on the causes that matter to our country, with King Charles III leading the way. You see, if they can do it, we all should do it. We should grab the nettle and we should do more to support our groups across Enfield, because they all need our time and support. I suggest we all join King Charles III's mission for service and volunteer across our community. And I look forward to hopefully welcoming the King to Enfield. God save the King.
Is there any other speakers on this side? Okay, thank you. The Bishop of Edmonton unfortunately couldn't attend today, but in the brochure you will see on the page 2, he kindly sent a speech. Thank you. We are blessed to have Enfield Harmony to join us this evening, and they will lead us into national anthem. We will be singing 2 verses and words are in the brochure. Please all join in. Thank you, everyone.